Have you ever wondered, what do Americans Google the most? Like, what are they actually searching for? For example, Flint here from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. What is he Googling? Or this random stock image guy. What is he Googling? Or how about the entire state of Florida? Well, in today's video, I'm on a quest to find out what every state is Googling every hour, and I'm going to conquer this quest with the help of data science. And by the end, we'll be able to create an awesome animation just like this that shows what every state is Googling every single hour. And that'll help us answer cool questions like, what was the state of Kentucky, the only state that starts with a K, thinking about on November 14th at 10 p.m.? The answer? Days of our lives. So before I show you the finished product, let me explain how I built this. It all started when I first saw this visualization from V1 Analytics that basically did the exact same thing. It took the top trending searches per day for all 50 states, and my mind was blown. I was like, this is one of the coolest visualizations I've ever seen. It tells such a cool story. I gotta do this. I gotta do something very cool like this. Only one problem. It's really hard to do this. Let's talk about why. Google does not hand out this data for free. It considers our searches its product, and so it doesn't really want us to know what everyone is searching. It keeps that proprietary. They're not just gonna give us this information. It's not on Kaggle, so we have to scrape this data ourselves. So if you remember elementary school, you know that there is 50 states in the United States and that there is 365 days in a year. So that is the total number of searches we would need if we did daily searches. But I want to do a little twist up. I want to do hourly searches. So we multiply that by 24, and that would mean that we would need 438,000 different data points. But Google doesn't store any of this data for us, so we have to make those calls in the hour. That means every hour we have to call Google 50 times and figure out what term is searched the most in each state. We then take that information, populate it into a database, take the information from the database and make one graph at a time, and then take the combination of those graphs and stitch one by one to turn it into a beautiful animation, and then we'll finally have the final product. And honestly, that is a lot of moving parts because every hour on the hour, you need to call Google 50 times, once for each state, and ask what the top search term was from that particular state. Then you need to store that information in some sort of a database where you can access it later to create these types of graphs, of maps that basically have a different color for each particular term and each term printed on the state. You need to create all of those different images and save them in another database where they can be multiples put together that eventually goes into a final animation. And that's really difficult in three particular places that I have represented with putting stars here. The first one is to schedule on the hour, every hour, to get those 50 calls from Google. That is difficult to do. Next, to take that information from Google and store it inside of a database. That's hard to do. And third, it's hard to create all the different images and store them somewhere automatically. So previously I was pretty stuck on where those stars are, but luckily with the help of today's sponsor, Deepnote, I was able to overcome those obstacles and create this awesome animation. Deepnote is like a collaborative Jupyter notebook inside of the cloud, and I can type all of my Python inside of there. So I actually made this whole script and this whole project inside of Deepnote. And to solve that first star issue, I'm able to run the notebook on a scheduled basis. So basically you can see right now that I've set this notebook to run automatically in the cloud at an hourly basis. And you can do that hourly, you could do that daily, you could do that weekly at different minutes and have it all run automatically for you, and even notify you by email if you had a successful run or an unsuccessful run so that you don't even have to come back and see what happened. So great, we're able to do our 50 Google calls every single minute, but we still need to store that data somewhere. That's the next great part about Deepnote that helped me with this solution, is that it can integrate with Google Drive. And so I actually just have a big CSV inside of Google Drive that I update every hour, and I add the 50 new state lists to the bottom, and I just have a giant database inside of Google Drive that I'm able to call upon whenever I want seamlessly with the use of Deepnote. So 2 problems down, we are able to now schedule it every hour, and we're able to save our data inside of the big CSV inside of Google Drive. But we still need somewhere to save these images that we're generating inside of Deepnote. And once again, the integrations come to the rescue because I'm just going to use Google Drive again. So every time that I actually make one of these maps or these graphs, I actually save it straight inside of my Google Drive, and I'm able to access all of the images straight from there. So you can see how useful Deepnote is, and it's solving all 3 of my problems that I had with this initially. So let's go ahead and check out the final product. And here's the coolest part is you can actually remake this on your own as well with the link in the description down below. So as you can see, the time moves pretty quickly. So feel free to press pause at any time to actually see what's going on a given date and a given time. But you see that we have Real Madrid right now, the Nets, the Astros. A lot of these are going to be sports themed. It's incredible. Billie Eilish pops up. Arizona Cardinals is just in Arizona. The Saints pop up. A lot of football, a lot of Taylor Swift going on. Lots of Lakers. People love to search about the Lakers. They're having a terrible season in the NBA. So there's a lot of buzz about them. Then you have the Warriors, more NBA teams, the Trailblazers, the Miami Heat, college football Saturday. So Clemson, LSU, USCLA, all those. And then UFC popped up for there for a second. The Cavs, Russell Wilson, Dallas Cowboys. It's mostly sports. It's actually incredible how much America cares about sports because look at the Cowboys, the Utah Jazz. Go Jazz, my local Jazz, the Warriors, the Patriots, the Powerball, that lottery happened, right? So everyone was searching about that. There was an earthquake on the West Coast that people were interested in. Metastock, there was the layoffs and all crazy stuff going on. More Powerball. More Warriors, more Warriors, more Warriors. World Series, not even close to, oh, there we go. There's the World Series. Back to the Lakers. It only was there for a second. We have Penn State football up here, only in Pennsylvania. The Powerball numbers take over. The Broncos, this is Sunday. So you got a lot of NFL games going on. The Vikings, the Broncos, the Eagles. Then we're looking at Pumpkin. We're on Halloween. We're watching the Lakers play. Bengals over here. Takeoff, Philly, Steve Nash. Taylor Swift, Phillies, A Christmas Story. I don't know why. Donald Trump. I don't know why. More Donald Trump. Fed rate hike. Day of the Dead. PSG. Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. Pelicans. Zion Williamson. How do I vote? That was like for like 3 hours. People were Googling that. That's it. I guess it's the time that matters, right? Lots of Eagles, lots of Jeff Bezos. Weather radar and Apple TV. I'm not exactly sure why. There was a tornado warning right here. Manifest just came out on Netflix. I'm watching that right now. I'm really liking it. Daylight savings, more Powerball. BYU football. That was kind of fun for me in Utah. Bengals. Chiefs, Packers, Veterans Day, Meta, Utah Jazz, Veterans Day. Good. I'm glad we're prioritizing our veterans. Ravens, Lotto, Chris Evans, FTX, Brittany Griner, Fox Griner, Brittany Griner, The Crown, Miranda Lambert, Alan Jackson, Nick Cannon just had another kid. Lots of kids for Nick Cannon. Jake Paul, Veterans Day, Black Panther, Real Madrid, Veterans Day, Student loan forgiveness. I gotta check that out, I guess. Student loan forgiveness. Gallagher, I don't even know what that is. Maybe someone can tell me what Gallagher is down below in the comments. Formula One, Liverpool, got some Arsenal, got some UFC going on in the middle of the night, I bet. Yep. Or in the middle of the day, sorry, on a Saturday. Seahawks, Chiefs, Steelers, Cowboys, 49ers, more NFL football, Sylvester Stallone, Pete Davidson, don't know why, Raiders, Pete Davidson, Eagles fly, Taylor Swift. That's what's going on in my house right now, trying to get Taylor Swift tickets. And then lots of Trump because he just announced presidency for 2024, the Knicks, and we're done. Now, here's the coolest thing is we're going to open source this project. So if you click the link in the description down below, that'll open up the actual notebook that I use to do all of this. And you can click duplicate it and have it in your very own Deepnote instance in just like a snap. And the reason we did this was so that you guys can take this and make it better. I know it's not perfect. One of the things I would like to change is you can see how from one to another hour that the color changes, even if the topic or the hottest trend does not change. So I'd love to actually implement some code that fixes that problem. Basically, we just need to keep track of it in the database and keep track of what color it is. And if that color already exists, to use that particular color. But I didn't have time to do that. So you guys can do that and take this whole project and add whatever twist that you want to it. And I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Bye.